Hello, Dave.
Hello.
Pleased to meet you.
All right.
How you doing? Don't mind if I film you, do you?
Yes, for those. Is it a motion picture or is it a...
Well, no, basically, we're setting up eco villages, and we study the law as well. So we thought we'd ask you a few questions, as you are a constable.
No, sergeant.
But you haven't sworn to be a sergeant. You've sworn an oath to be a constable, to uphold the law and keep the peace.
That's right.
I'll let
you deal this one, sergeant. They're on event control here.
So basically, the law of the land is common law.
Yeah.
As we are in a common law jurisdiction, and that is no harm, loss, fraud or breach of the peace.
Keeping the Queen's peace, yeah.
Yep. And statutes and acts are defined as a statute is a legislated rule of society. It's a rule, it's not law, and a society being defined as a group of people joined by mutual consent. Now, for myself, being a man walking on this planet, God's free planet for myself, if I'm not consenting to any statute or act, I'm not breaking any law.
That's your opinion then, is it?
No, it isn't.
Oh, no, this is by your definitions.
The law dictionaries, most police don't even see a law dictionary.
Have you ever looked at Black's Law dictionaries?
Blackstones.
Black's Law, no, not Blackstones, because that's case law. The Black's Law dictionaries are the definitions.
Yeah, I've studied statutes in that.
Oh, right, yeah. So you know that it's a legislated rule of society. And you look at the definitions, society is being a group of people joined by mutual consent. Now, you did consent to be part of that society by being an officer, not an officer, a constable, sorry.
Right.
So we haven't consented, so we're not bound to them statutes and acts. It's basically rules of a corporation, because you are a registered corporation trading for profit. If you look on Dun and Bradstreet, if you look on...
So is that a defence in the court of law?
No.
Are you going to tell that to the judge?
Oh, basically, we already done it at Kew Bridge Eco Village. We served...
The judge has got an oath as well, which is also to swear to uphold the law.
Because the courts are the ones who prosecute, aren't they?
Well, no. They can only do it. They've sworn an oath to keep the law as well, uphold the law. So all statutes and acts, if we served an affidavit on them, which is a statement of truth, and basically on my statement, I said that it's my understanding that the judge has to be sworn in on his oath, uphold the law and be honest and unbiased. Now, I was going to go in there and ask him to honour his oath and produce it for the courtroom. Now, if he did honour his oath, he's holding the law, not the statutes and the acts.
Right, got it.
Right? So statutes and the acts are trying to hold a commercial court. So that's why they run out the courtroom. And then they try and get you out of the courtroom so they can convene it back to be an Admiralty Maritime Court. Because common law is law of the land.
Yes, that's
statutes and acts are Admiralty Maritime law, which is law of the sea. Like, it's to do with the birth certificate.
It's all above me anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just a poor constable on the street.
Exactly, but they've sworn you in to do this, and now you're filling out these like PCNs.
I swore myself in. I mean, I was a willing participant. Yeah.
So you've sworn to keep the peace and uphold the law.
That's right.
So like, even if you came up against somebody that you knew their name, you've been taught to do a process to ask them their name and their date of birth, even if you blatantly knew it. Why do you think that would be? Because you need them to consent to you being an authority to them.
Right.
Because you have no authority at all unless you've seen somebody break the law, basically.
Right.
And the law being no harm, loss, fraud or breach of the peace. Statutes and acts are there for a commercial reason. And did you know who owns all the land? Well, the Queen...
Probably the church.
Well,
most of it.
It's the treaty under the Treaty of Verona, which is Rome, and they've claimed all the land, and they've handed
to the landowners back in the Middle Ages, wasn't it? They got all the land. Yeah. And really, it was most of it was church.
It was the barons.
I studied history at school, and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
When you go back in time, very interesting.
It is very, very interesting. So, what's your name? What's your name?
PC Taylor.
No, come on.
PC 661 Taylor. Look.
No, that's not your name. That's not who you are.
Lee.
That's a corporation. That's a corporate entity.
Well, yeah.
It's a legal fiction.
They're running for the bankers because
See, I'd rather see you as a man, basically.
Well, hey, I'm quite willing to speak to anybody. And
I think it's brilliant.
I think the police now are very open, you know, compared to maybe years gone by when we're a little bit secular, a little bit insular. Now people are very open, speaking to people. And last weekend's operations in the city centre highlighted how negotiation, facilitation, and actually speaking to people makes society and makes like
society.
Society, because everybody last weekend in Newcastle had a great weekend. There was all different types of people who wanted to protest, peaceful protest, and they were facilitated by the police who negotiated with them, and the end result was a peaceful demonstration by various groups in the same time, in the same place, and no members of the public were inconvenienced. General people who were shopping, people with the kids, and yes, people had a bit shouting on, but it was all facilitated, and the police are an integral part of that, and I think we've come a long way, you know, when you look at how successful it was last weekend.
Cool.
So, I think it's just, it shows that the change in times, how we are, you know, speaking to people like I'm speaking to you.
Yeah.
It's like, quite open to just,
there's a lot of people
just
still,
turn around and go, oh, I don't want to be spoken to. So.
See, I've got quite a disastrous past regarding the police. And basically, I believe that sort of like, with myself, has divided me from the constables that are there to keep peace and uphold the law. Nowadays, I go and talk to as many police officers as I can, because I want to get rid of that divide.
That's good that you say it like that. And we're more than willing to speak to you as a sergeant is. And I think that's good, because there's no gap between me now, there's no division, and we're speaking to each other
exactly,
as men.
Yeah, as men.
However, when I'm wearing this uniform, obviously I am a police officer, so I'm wearing my normal, so I have to...
have you got a PCM book or anything on you today?
No.
You haven't?
I've got to go, because I'm an event control today.
Right,
so
can I tell you one last thing? Right, you know, on your forms, you're acting upon the person.
Right, I have to go. I've got to be in there 2 o'clock.
A person's defined as a corporation.
I know, I've got to go. 1 minute to go.
All right then. Yeah, take care.